Let's talk Goosebumps. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and welcome back to another episode of Zocktober. In this one, what I'm going to be doing is I read 5 Goosebumps books recently, and so to add to the 3 I read last year, I have read a total of 8. And so what I decided to do was rank those 8, and I'm going to share them with you. It's kind of weird ranking them because they're not like novels, they're just kind of like a short little story, and so I mean, the 8th ranked one is not like the worst one that there is. It's just compared to the other 7, it's just not as good. So, without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into some Goosebumps. Alright, again, this is my own opinion. This isn't like set in stone anywhere in the world. It's just my opinion. In 8th place, I have got Night of the Living Dummy 2. This one, for me, I thought it worked in most ways, but not in all of them. I think the ending was a little weird in my opinion, because it kind of went on this spree of... the problem is I don't want to spoil anything because of how short these books are. So pretty much what happens with this is Slappy now ends up in a young lady's possession who is a ventriloquist, and her dummy keeps getting beat up and falling apart, so she gets Slappy. And I mean, obviously she says the words that you're not supposed to say, and Slappy comes to life and all hell kind of breaks loose. So yeah, this one comes in last place for me. It still got like 3 or 4 stars, but comes in last just because the ending, like, it doesn't make sense to lead into book 3. So whatever. So there you have Night of the Living Dummy 2 in 8th place. Coming in 7th place is Stay Out of the Basement. This was one of the VHSs that my parents actually owned. It was this one and actually the next one. With this, I don't know. Having seen pretty much all of these on film, the fact that the films stray away from a lot of the book material kind of was aggravating. The ending to this one stayed true. I still really enjoyed the story. I mean, out of these 8, the only one I really disliked was Night of the Living Dummy 2, and even that one was still okay. So that's why it's kind of hard to rank these. But yeah, this one is about a mad scientist in their basement, with the 2 kids kind of being like, Dad's acting weird, the mom's like, he's fine. He's doing like plant experiments, and you find out that he's trying to like breed a plant and a human together, or a plant and an animal or something like that. Very weird stuff. I thought it was still enjoyable. But there was like a 3rd friend that they have in this that is not mentioned in the TV episode, which I thought was weird, but whatever. So yeah, 7th place, Stay Out of the Basement. In 6th place, I have got The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. This is another one that we had on VHS, and it stayed pretty much true. The only thing I think was weird was, I'm like trying to remember the TV episode, if there was a female friend between Grady and what's his name? Grady, and I can't think of the other friend's name. I'm sorry. Will. Between Will and Grady, I don't remember if there was a 3rd friend. The only female character I remember is his older sister. So, but again, another character is included in this one that's not in the VHS, and I kind of have noticed that with a couple of these other ones too. There's like a mysterious 3rd person, and then all of a sudden they're just like not in the episodes. So with this one, same thing. There's a wolf haunting this town, and Grady ends up finding this dog that looks kind of like a wolf. Everyone's assuming it's the dog, and then you find out the truth. I like the hermit character in this, the swamp hermit. He's actually kind of entertaining, and he kind of like picks fun at the people who are like harassing him, which is kind of fun. So, in 6th place, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. In 5th place comes Night of the Living Dummy 3. Yes, I think this one is better than the second one. In this one, Slappy returns, which, again, like I said, after the events of the second one, you don't really think that would happen, but for some reason it does. I know in the VHSs it was kind of a little bit different, but whatever. This one I like it more solely because there's more dummies involved. You get to meet his sidekick, Rocky, which is kind of cool. Their dad is a ventriloquist, so he's got a bunch of them up in the attic, and it's just really cool. Hayden Christensen actually plays Zane in the movie episode, the guy who ends up actually being Anakin Skywalker, which I actually did not know that at first. But yeah, no, in this one, Slappy comes back. He is able to use his power to have other dummies come to life, and I actually forget how this one actually ended. I don't remember actually how it ends in the book. All I know is I remember something happening. I can't even say the ending, so... but yeah, no, very entertaining story. Night of the Living Dummy 3 is in 5th place. Coming in at number 4, I've got Welcome to Dead House. This was the first one that I did as a reread, or not a reread, as a read with the current 5 I had. This one was entertaining. I thought the premise was absolutely horrific. This vacant town, you get this random letter saying your uncle passed away, he left you this house. And the town pretty much lures a family in and needs them to keep living because the whole entire town is dead. And that's Welcome to Dead House. They keep getting brought into this house. One of the more horrific lines, I think, in a Goosebumps book or episode is the whole, how do you know about that room in the house? Or something like that. And they're like, oh, I used to live there. It used to be my house. And then I died. And it's like, what? And that was like a big wake-up call for Amanda and Josh. So, but yeah, no, I thought this was a really entertaining story. I liked it a lot. And, yeah, there you have. In 4th place, Welcome to Dead House. Going into top 3 territory, this was like the harder ones to rank. Because like I said, even from Stay Out of the Basement up until now, they've all been really good and just kind of hard to rank for me. But Haunted Mask is going to come in 3rd place. This story is absolutely horrific. It's sad. You got this little girl named Carly Beth who's terrorized by her peers at school. She's easily scarable, and so to get to revenge on them, she needs to find a really creepy Halloween mask. Well, she finds one, and it's made out of actual human flesh, and it starts bonding to her. It changes her, and the only thing I can take it off is the power of love. And then the guy who sells it to her is you can only take it off once. Once you try and put it back on, it's stuck forever, and that's it's creepy. Then the ending, too, had a big twist, which that's how it ends in the movie, too. So, that works. Or, well, TV episode. But yeah, no, The Haunted Mask comes in 3rd place, just because I think these other next 2 are just a little bit better. But I would say this one, and honestly, the one I have in 2nd, are pretty close. So, there you have The Haunted Mask in 3rd. Coming in at number 2, we have got Night of the Living Dummy, the original. So there are 2 dummies involved in this one. They end up finding Slappy, I think, in a garbage can. And I can't remember the first dummy's name. Because there's one that's pre-owned that they already have. I can't think of his name. If you know his name, let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably look it up and find it. But Mr. Woody, I don't think that's right, but it sounds close. So I'm just going to call him Mr. Woody. So Mr. Woody is the original dummy that this family owns. They find Slappy, they read the card, and he comes to life. But it's mysterious because they make it seem like he's not, but he is. And then you find out the big plot twist at the end is really weird. I actually find it creepy. But yeah, I for some reason do not remember the original dummy's name. So I'm Mr. Wood. That's his name. I was close. Woody, Wood, whatever. So yeah, in 2nd place you have Night of the Living Dummy, the original. And in 1st place for me, my all-time favorite Goosebumps book that I have read in the past couple years is Horrorland. One Day at Horrorland. This book was phenomenal. The one thing I actually didn't like was the 3rd kid. So in the original, In the TV episode, there's 2 kids and the 2 parents. There's only 4 people. But in this, there's a 3rd kid that's like a family friend, and he's just absolutely annoying. I actually like really Clay. And his name's Clay. And I remember when I was listening to this, that as soon as I heard Clay, I'm like, who the hell is that? So I had no interest in the character of Clay. I just presumed he was some kind of dorky kid and did not like him that much. But the whole premise of the story is creepy. The whole plot to where like it's like Captain Pinch or whatever is like frowned upon in their car, and then there's actually signs in Horrorland says no pinching, and so like they're jokingly thinking about it at first, and then it actually comes into play at the end of the story. So I thought that was really cool. There's also a Goosebumps Series 2000 called Return to Horrorland, and I'm very intrigued to get to that eventually too. So in first place, my all-time favorite Goosebumps book as of now is One Day at Horrorland. Alright guys, so these are the 8 Goosebumps books I have read and their rankings from 1 to 8. Again, there's 54 other original 62 I gotta get through, but I don't know when I will be doing that, but maybe it'll be next year for October. But yeah, no, this is really fun, really cool stuff. If you guys enjoy stuff like this, make sure you let me know in the comments. Also, let me know your favorite Goosebumps book down in the comments down below, whether it's a Give Yourself Goosebumps, Series 2000, whatever. But yeah, this is really cool. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode of Zocktober. Later.